So I am recording this video on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. And I know we have in the US a big election coming up on Tuesday. And I can literally feel the nervous energy around me in the collective. So I wanted to record this today so that my thoughts weren't biased by the results. Even though I have a preference on who wins the election, I don't have a strong attachment to it anymore as I have in previous elections. But whatever happens, I just don't want to be influenced by that, because right now it looks pretty close and we don't know what's going to happen with the presidential election and others in the US. So one thing I just want to say now that we're through it, because I'm recording it before the election, but I'm going to release this after the election. Now that we're through it, maybe you're celebrating, maybe you're really upset, maybe you're just curious to see what's going to happen next. But one thing I encourage you to think about is your own sovereign power. Whether you're celebrating or you're grieving over this election or somewhere in between, you are a sovereign being. You have the power to make your life the way you want it to be. So be careful not to give your power away to an elected official, to a corporation. I think we've seen over the years, especially lately, that the money in politics, the money that's spent in politics is egregious and has been used to divide us. And it's created a culture where you could talk, liberals and Dems could talk, and Republicans could talk about things, but now you have so much more vitriol in the conversation. And that wasn't by accident. I encourage you to look and see what's being said in the media, no matter where you are in the spectrum, and notice the emotional words that are used to sway how you feel about something. Notice how things are picked out of a bill that goes to Congress, when really it's a much bigger bill and things are taken out of context and put in the headlines to get your attention and make you upset. So know that no matter what, does this mean someone doesn't want me giving this video? My light just went out. Let's see if we can get it back. There we go. So no matter where you're sitting in the spectrum, I encourage you to, feel the feelings, whether you're celebrating or grieving or somewhere in between, like, let that go. But also don't forget that we don't know how things are going to turn out just because we have a particular president of the United States. So sometimes when things happen that we're really upset about, turn out to be for the better. Maybe it's a breakup, a relationship ending, a job ending that turns out to be much, much better in the future. So whatever is coming up in the collective that feels contentious or tight, one, question your own beliefs and come at it with a sense of curiosity of why someone might feel the way they might feel. For example, a conservative might be very strongly tied to their religion, and they've been told their whole life that it needs to be a certain way, whether it's, the abortion issue or contraception or whatever that might be. But then on the other side, you have a lot of people that have been harmed by religion, that have bad experiences or have been controlled by religion, or just controlled in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be religion. There's plenty of power structures out there that are into control, that you really resist this idea of control. So make no mistake, like, we're all who we are because of our own experiences. So we can remember that and talk to people from understanding and just trying to understand why they feel a certain way. We're going to find a greater sense of unity, because do you really want to be in this division? One other example I'll give you that there's a lot of hypocrisy going on just in general is, the Democrats try to control us with forcing a vaccine on us that turned out not to be as effective as they said it would, or safe. And then you've got the conservatives who want to tell women what to do with their body. So neither party is really in favor of full medical choice. So I just am saying this so that no matter what side of the spectrum you're on, that you maybe just think about that, because the political environment, the media environment has been designed to divide us, is designed to get us upset. So I'm just asking you, feel your feelings and step out of it and observe for a while, and just trust life. Trust whatever is going to happen is for the best, because when we try to figure it out and try to control, stuff gets out of hand pretty quick. It causes suffering when things don't work out the way we want them to. And we're holding a container that is smaller than the universe might have in mind for us. So, there are a lot of people talking about how a lot of the power structures are going to crumble one way or another, whether it's finance and banking, medical, government, whatever it might be, that over the coming decades, people are going to start to really understand the true corruption that is going on underneath the surface. And again, this is not partisan in any way. This is just happening across the board, and neither party is really going after big business, big medical, big pharma, big agriculture, processed food, whatever it might be. Neither party's really doing what needs to be done to protect the American people. So you need to take responsibility for yourself, for your actions, for your power, for your destiny, but also balancing that with a sense of trust, listening to that still small voice that exists within all of us. That's our soul. That's God. We're all connected to God through our higher self, or whatever works for you that feels like truth. You have the truth within you. Take some quiet time to find your own truth instead of listening to what is out there and being told what you should believe.